Family rushed to say their goodbyes when they heard Queen Elizabeth II was ailing, but only 2 royals were by her side. Who were they? Stick around to find out. When Queen Elizabeth II became gravely ill on September 8, 2022, her doctors were clearly distressed. Buckingham Palace released a statement that worried royal watchers worldwide. Following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. Around that time, the monarch's family was notified, and the Queen's children and grandchildren did their best to make their way to the Scottish estate Balmoral as quickly as possible to be by her side. However, the Daily Mail reports that only Elizabeth's eldest children, the now King Charles III and Princess Anne, actually made it to her bedside to say goodbye before she died that afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Charles and Anne were the only 2 children in Scotland at the time, meaning the rest of the royal family had to fly to reach the estate. The Queen's other 2 sons, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, who were accompanied by Edward's wife Sophie, rushed in on a private jet from Berkshire, as did Prince William, the Queen's eldest grandson. Unfortunately, the jet landed at Aberdeen Airport at 3:50 p.m. with not enough time to reach Balmoral before the Queen's death.
Huge shock to the nation and to the world.
Prince Harry, the Queen's other grandson, flew in solo from London and reached Balmoral at about 8:30 p.m. It's quite possible that many family members and even other royal officials were caught off guard by the quick demise of Queen Elizabeth II, which meant they weren't able to get to Scotland sooner. Just 2 days before her death, the Queen was performing official royal duties. Her Majesty met the UK's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, at Balmoral Castle in Scotland on Tuesday, where Truss was formally appointed.
The UK's 3rd female leader, the 2 women making history in more ways than one.
However, the Queen appointing a Prime Minister in Scotland may have been a clue to her state of health. She cancelled a London trip and had Truss travel to Balmoral instead. It was the first time the monarch appointed a new Prime Minister in Scotland rather than in Buckingham Palace. The photos released from that meeting had people talking. Many royal watchers commented on the Queen's hand looking blue, which led to further speculation about her health. Of course, it wasn't serious enough to indicate the Queen's sudden decline. There is much that needs to be done before Queen Elizabeth's funeral, including a 10-day period of mourning. The funeral is expected to take place sometime within the 2 weeks following the Queen's death. Buckingham Palace has yet to offer an official date, but is expected to release a statement with a date for the funeral in the coming days. Buckingham Palace recently released the following statement. Following the death of Her Majesty the Queen, it is His Majesty the King's wish that a period of royal mourning be observed from now until 7 days after the Queen's funeral. Royal mourning will be observed by members of the royal family, royal household staff, and representatives of the royal household on official duties, together with troops committed to ceremonial duties.
My beloved mother was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family.
The funeral will be held at the historic Westminster Abbey, a bittersweet location. This church holds a special significance historically and personally for Elizabeth. Not only is it where monarchs have always been crowned and where the Queen herself had her own coronation back in 1953, but it's also where Elizabeth married the love of her life, Prince Philip, in 1947.